Whoa. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another fantastic intro to Death Battle Cast. Yo, whoa, oh my god, it's time for Death Battle Cast.
Yo! Hey there, crazy kids.
Hello.
um, hey, I'm Ben, joined by Sam, Liam, and Speedy, and today we are talking about Shark Week. It's Shark Week Day. So I guess Shark Week Part 2, because
Yeah,
we were originally planning on doing Finn versus Flint for
this is
Shark Week,
blue.
and then we got a pitch, actually, a pitch call, that made us go, you know what? We could do 2 Shark Weeks. So this is Part 2, thanks to the pitch. And we are going to be arguing who would win in a fight between Jinbei from One Piece and Kisame from Naruto. Battle of the shark people. Are they both sharks? Is Jinbei a whale? What is Jinbei?
Jinbei's
Jinbei
a
is a whale shark, I believe.
Whale
He's a
shark.
shark
Okay.
fish man. Yeah, he's a fish man.
Well,
Yes.
yes, but every fishman is based on a fish, and also
Yeah,
sharks aren't fish. So
sharks are fish.
are they?
Sharks are
Yeah,
fish, I think.
Maybe I'm
Yeah.
thinking of whales.
Mm.
Um,
Whales are mammals.
yeah.
Those are like us. They got milk.
They are milk.
Have you ever had whale milk before? Have you ever had it? Not me.
Have you?
No,
You
I mean
said
not
that
me.
like you
Obviously.
have.
No, I haven't. Stop
Yeah,
asking me.
obviously. Have
Fucking
you ever
stop.
had whale
I
milk? I mean, it's pretty
No, I haven't.
common.
What is
Like,
everybody's
I've
asking me that?
never ever had whale milk in my life, but if you show up with a glass, I will try.
Straight from the whale teat.
okay. Anyway,
That was a conversation.
Mhm.
um well, thank you all for joining us for another Death Metal Cast. If this is your first time listening, or you're catching the VOD later, we do this live
Always like this.
every single Tuesday at noon Central Time, where we argue who should win. And this time Speedy will be representing Kisame, and Liam will be repping Jinbei. And at the end of the show, you all watching this live will vote who should win based on their arguments, or if you just like one better than the other, it doesn't really matter. Oh my god, so many super chats coming in, so thank
Yeah.
you, everybody.
You want to
We
knock
can
out a
definitely get
couple
to
really
those in a
quick?
bit.
Okay, we'll get to them in a bit.
Yeah, I figure we should probably introduce the
Mhm.
characters first, and then we can jump to them. But also, if you haven't seen it yet, Aang versus the Traveler just aired this past weekend. Very proud of how the episode turned out. It's such a cool and like unique. The look of it is just really fun to me. So definitely check that out if you haven't. All right, let's get into this. Who are these fish boys? Let's start with Jinbei.
Yeah. So Jinbei is a fishman. He was a member of Fisher Tigers. I think they're the Sun Pirates. They're basically so fishmen in One Piece are like a race of half fish, half human kind of creatures that live under the water, and there's a big sort of like racial unrest between them and humans. There's a lot of racism going on between fishmen and humans, because the humans would enslave them, and it's really bad. And Jinbei like resisted that and fought
Why would you
against
say it like that?
the humans. It's bad. It's terrible. And it's why are you guys laughing? You guys are so inconsiderate. Well, so Fisher Tiger, who's the leader of the Sun Pirates, gets killed by humans, I think. But Jinbei is like, no, I'm going to carry on this message of peace to work with humans. He's the Professor X to Arlong's slash Hody Jones's Magneto, and Jinbei becomes the head of that kind of splinter group of the Sun Pirates and the Fishman Pirates, and becomes a warlord of the sea. He's one of the warlords, which are really powerful people that are contracted by the government to fight for them, even though they kind of just do whatever the fuck they want. It's like the worst system ever created. But Jinbei's pretty honorable. And he eventually is dragged up into Luffy and the Straw Hats sort of adventures, and works for Luffy, and like becomes a member of his crew, and he becomes the helmsman of the Straw Hats. So he's the one that turns the
Uh,
boat.
what
And
if
yeah,
what if at the end of One Piece they find out that it's actually when peace in the whole goal was to defeat racism between
They
humans
they
and
No, it's
fish.
won
going to
peace.
be
Yeah.
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 Wow. If it oh my god, if it was a twist because they did something kind of like that with like Raftel became Laugh-Tale. If they changed it to One Piece,
Yeah.
I would never touch One Piece ever again for the rest of my life.
Hell yeah, dude.
Um I would go purchase copies of the manga and burn them.
It's like
Well,
a
that would
Game
be
of
so
Thrones
dumb.
level fumble.
Wow.
It would be so dumb. Oh my god. No, it's the One Piece is the continent. Like it's gonna turn the ocean into it's gonna blow up the big super mega continent that's splitting the ocean in half, and it's gonna turn the ocean into
The
One
red
Piece.
line.
The line
The red
is the
line,
red
yeah.
line and the
Yeah.
grand
That's
line.
I think that's the fan theory, and it makes so much sense. I'd be shocked if it didn't happen.
One world piece.
Yeah.
One
That's what
ocean.
Sanji says
Go
about all
back
blue.
to Pangea. Is that what it
All
is?
blue.
No, destroy
No, the
Pangea, make
opposite.
it ocean.
Okay,
Yeah.
destroy Pangea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Only ocean.
Well,
Where Jinbei will reign
kind of.
supreme because he can swim.
Yeah,
Jinbei will be
exactly.
the strongest
All
character in the series.
all people will
Yeah.
become fishmen.
Yeah.
It's like crabs.
He's Aquaman. By the
Everything
way,
will
he can
eventually become
communicate.
fishmen.
He can talk to fish. So
All right.
He's
Well, that's
One Piece
Jinbei.
Aquaman.
Before we get to Kisame, a couple super chats about this. Lily mentioning, is Kisame prepared for Jinbei's UPS supremacy as a warlord of the sea? Obviously, this fishman spent a whole arc packing boxes. No jutsu can defeat that.
What?
Any response, Liam?
Oh, I have not been keeping up with this arc of One Piece. I've not been a
Wow.
fan. I've not been
Oh
a fan. I
no.
don't
Wow.
like Emu's
Ooh.
design. I think I was like, this is trite. I'm not a
Liam
fan of
fell
this.
off.
Trite.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I'm vaguely keeping up. I know what's going on, but like, I'm not enjoying it.
Okay. Thank you for the membership, Night Coast. And then Ten Tails with a $100 super chat says, sorry, I think Jinbei's got this as a water form, just normal water, unless I missed something. Making it hard for Kisame even to use it against Jinbei since it holds no type of energy like power. Do correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway, amazing episode for
What?
Endless Traveler. Thank you, Ten Tails. But yes, let's see if
I agree.
maybe
I agree,
you
Speedy.
Wait,
Take
that
that.
didn't make any sense.
Yeah, it
maybe
does.
you learned something about Kisame
Uh,
here. So Speedy, how about
Right.
we
So
cover?
Kisame was born in the village hidden in the mist, which is like the bloodiest and most violent of the five great shinobi nations. He was raised from like when he was a very young child to be like a bloodthirsty murderer. A lot of the time, the mist would have like classes full of children train, and then like as their graduation exam, they would like slaughter one another, and like whoever is left standing like gets to become a ninja, that kind of thing. So they were very cutthroat, and Kisame rose through the ranks and became one of the legendary seven ninja swordsmen of the mist, who are like the most famous mist shinobi in history, each of them wielding a different legendary sword. Kisame's sword Samehada is the source of a lot of his abilities, and we'll talk more about that later. But he became one of the most like feared and powerful shinobi in mist history. And as a result, he attracted the attention of a terrorist organization called the Akatsuki. The Akatsuki were looking to recruit like the most powerful ninja in the world in order to attempt to capture all nine of the tailed beasts, which are basically giant monsters that are composed of pure chakra, like life energy. And their goal, at least insofar as the individuals were told, was to control all of the tailed beasts and sell them to the various nations in order to basically ensure a monopoly on like the greatest war powers in the world. Kisame was paired up with Itachi Uchiha, and the two of them were sent off to capture tailed beasts, as well as conduct other missions for the Akatsuki, such as like going to like try and capture Naruto, which is also kind of in that vein. He is one of
Yeah.
the most powerful members of the Akatsuki. He doesn't look it. He looks a little bit goofy. He looks a little bit like like he has like the sharp teeth. He looks like a shark. But he's like super duper strong. And I think he's just going to be way too powerful and way too versatile for Jinbei.
Okay. I don't know. I think there are other members of the Akatsuki who look a little sillier than Kisame. I think he's fine, but
Yeah. I mean, I
it's
more so mean like you wouldn't look at him and be like, oh, that guy's like top 5, but he's like top 5.
sure.
That's like we were talking about this a little bit before, but like that's why I liked Kisame is that like he starts off looking terrible, and I'm like, okay, this is the one I'm not gonna care about. I'm not gonna
It's
pay
the
attention to
joke
this
character.
villain. Yeah, exactly. And then he like
Oh, the
starts kind of like
fish.
being a
Okay.
beast, and I'm like,
Yeah,
okay,
Yeah.
okay, you're cool.
He's got one of the earlier fights, right? Like where he's just like controlling water and stuff. I think.
He's one of the first Akatsuki members introduced. Him and Itachi show up in part 1. And he doesn't do a whole lot in part 1, but in part 2 he fights like Might Guy multiple times, and he also fights
Mhm.
Killer Bee, the
Yeah.
Jinchuriki of the Eight Tails, which is a very important fight that we're going to talk about.
Yes, absolutely. Well, awesome. All right, so now that we have kind of the basic rundown, curious what initial thoughts are in chat. Let us know who you're leaning towards at the moment. And as you do that, super chat from Joe mentioning, "Hey guys, just wanted to do my reminder of fireside chat tomorrow." Thank you, Joe. Yes, it's a great sort
What's
of
that?
kickoff
What's
for me
fireside
because
chat
yes,
again?
we do have fireside chat tomorrow. That is at
5
I always
p.m.
forget what
usually.
time it is.
It's 5 p.m.
5
Central
p.m.
Standard Time, unless we're changing it, which we're not, which I don't
No.
know of. So it's 5 p.m.
Um,
tomorrow.
yeah. So 5 p.m. tomorrow. We do fireside chat every week after a Death Battle episode airs. And if you are a member of the channel, a champion, then you can join us for that. We also, of course, have Ballot Banter tomorrow as well. Both of those are member streams. Ballot Banter is at 1 p.m. Central.
Are you
And
excited to not play Bubsy anymore?
I am thrilled.
Good.
Did you like your second round? What did you think
No,
about your
Bubsy
second
was fine.
go
Bubsy
round?
was fine.
Okay.
I play it up, but it was I wish the levels, at least the 2 levels I played, had a little bit more variety between the
Mm.
2. But like generally speaking, it's pretty fun. I kept mentioning it, but I really feel like it's a good speed running game if you're into that kind of thing.
Mm.
But yes, so we are going to be doing fireside chat tomorrow. Talk all about Aang versus Traveler and a
Traveler.
bunch of other things. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. And then, but there's also a couple other things to mention. So, for one thing, if you haven't seen it, we've been announced that we are coming to Dragon Con this September 3rd through 7th in Atlanta, Georgia. If you're coming to Dragon Con, Chad and I will be there. We would love to say hi to you. And then there are 2 things on the store, on the deathbattle.gg store, that I want to talk about. So first is we are releasing a new music album, which is I think that's like 100% good to go because like a bunch of people are pre-ordering it. So it's right now just a pre-order thing. But if you go to deathbattle.gg, you can check out the album. It is freaking awesome with some really cool art by Luis Cruz.
It looks like this.
There it is.
Look at it.
There we go. Look at that shit.
Very
That's
cool.
cool.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. It's got some of our favorite tracks from the past
I love his little
couple
wink.
years, the indie era. Yeah, it's a sick art. But then while we have this awesome thing on the store, this awesome brand new thing, I do have some sad news. Some very sad news. I'm really bummed to announce this, but we are retiring an item from the store. The hat.
I don't think we actually.
No.
Let me. It's over here.
Okay,
This
but here's the thing.
monstrous
Here's the
thing is going away.
Evil.
We're
Source of
we're not
evil.
retiring it right now. We're retiring at the end of this stream, at the end of this show. So if you have not gotten the Chijim's
Wow.
hat, you have an hour left. Sam, do you want to explain
Wow.
the Chijim's hat?
It's just a cursed piece of merchandise that we created because we thought
It's
it would
like a
be
totem
funny.
of evil.
Yeah, it's just it's literally, we got the tools to make merch on our new store. This was the first thing we made. I believe Austin made it originally. Because we thought it was fucking funny. And it is. And Chad is a big baby about it and he wants to remove it. So we said we would give everybody a notice to buy it, last chance. And yeah, that's life. If Chad remembers to remove it from the store, which seems he isn't here today because he doesn't have internet because he's a dummy. So it might actually be you might have an extra hour or something, but you should buy it.
Yeah, it's supposed to go down at the end of the show. So
Yeah.
you know, Get your O7s in chat for the Chijim's bucket hat. And if you haven't gotten it yet, now's the time.
Yeah, everyone buy one and then send pictures to Chad of you wearing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Please do.
All
It's like
right.
the kind of thing you would find in like a witch's coven, right? Like out in the woods, you'd see like the
We-
decapitated like sheep and stuff, and like the corpses and the blood, and then there's like the Chijim's hats, like stuck in stakes in the ground.
I don't know if we ever showed it. I also made Lim Swin leggings that were like print all over.
Wait,
and
leggings?
Yeah, they were like hyper cursed because like it was like your eyes were like right up on the hips, and so it's
Oh,
like just like
yeah.
all bad. It was all bad, dude. It
Yeah.
was very funny though, but it looked too budget to actually put up anywhere. The Chid Jim's one for some reason
the
works
joke
because the smile's like on the
bizarre.
brim. It's like it kind of
Yeah.
works in the weirdest, and shittiest way. Yeah.
Yeah. It is terrifying in real life, by the way. Like when I've seen somebody wearing it, it looks like they're wearing flesh on the top of their head. It's very strange. The
It
hat.
is appropriately cursed. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So if you want to freak people out, that
It
is
is
a
a,
great.
I would
hat for
say,
that.
unwearable in public piece of merchandise. So genuinely don't buy it. It's a piece of shit, but it is funny.
But if you are gonna buy it, today is most likely the last day. All right, so let's get into the back and forth here, because I really want to know how these two are gonna like throw down. And you know, kind of going back to Third Degree's message about like the water power and energy power and things like that. So
Yeah.
Liam, how's Jinbei gonna like approach this? You think? What's
Well,
he
so
gonna
they're
do?
sharks, right? So I imagine
Mhm.
they'd be in the water and they'd like bump against each other and they'd like swim
Sick.
away.
Sure.
And then they'd like bump again, and then the third bump, Jinbei would boom take a big bite out of him because he's a shark and that's what sharks do. No, Jinbei. Well, there is. I mean, he has big old teeth. He has honkers. He has like those fucking banana teeth. Okay. Anyways, Jinbei is a brick shithouse. He is an all rounder. He is made of meat. One of the first feats that he has in the series is he fights Ace. For 5 days straight. 5 days straight. And Ace is a fucking Logia, right? If anything, that's more impressive for Ace, because I think Jinbei would scale above him at that point. But like, they fight for 5 days straight, so his stamina is crazy. Sam, if you could bring up Jinbei 2.
I can.
Jinbei takes a hit
God.
from nope, not that. Get that shit off my page. Yeah. Jinbei takes a hit from Akainu. Akainu is an admirable. He is way stronger than Jinbei is at this point. And Akainu is made of fucking lava. Jinbei gets punched by the lava fist that, as you can see, bursts through the other side of his body. It goes through the side of him and punches out the front. So it went all the way around. This is fucking lava. And some of it even gets on Luffy, despite him trying to like protect Luffy. And Jinbei like survives this. He doesn't have, I don't recall he has like the same big like chest scar that Luffy does. So Jinbei is crazy fishman strong. Fishmen are incredibly strong. Due to, I believe it's due to the fact that like they're under like this intense water pressure. They live like 10,000 meters under the sea or something like that. And they're about 10 times stronger than the average human. On average. Obviously, Jinbei is a lot stronger than that. Their strength is halved when they are out of the water. When they're in the water, they're twice as strong as they are on land. And most of Jinbei's crazy impressive feats are on land. He doesn't fight obviously in the water that much. So take into consideration that everything he does, everything you see him do, is at half power. Jinbei, as a fishman, can communicate with other fish, sea creatures, like in Jinbei 3, where he summons an army of gigantic, smiling fucking. Are these whales? I'm not entirely sure what they are. Sam, that's Jinbei 3. If you could pop that one up.
Gigantic smiling whales.
Gigantic smiling whales. Look at those guys.
Aw, look at
They are
those
pretty
little-
happy.
Adorable.
I don't think he's explicitly used them, like commanded them to like fight in the series before, but like he presumably could. You know, they're pals with him. he's
Why would he send these little guys into combat?
Are
They're so
they
jolly
little.
looking.
are they
They ain't
whales or
little.
sharks?
whale sharks, school of whale sharks.
Yeah, I
That's
get
why I was
that, but
confused.
like, is it a mammal? Is
A
it a
whale
whale
shark
or a
is a
shark?
shark.
Okay, okay.
It's a shark.
Thank you. Thank
It's a
you for
type of shark.
confirming. Yes.
There's a wide face.
Mhm.
Yeah, and you can see like you can see Jinbei's like kind of Aquaman fish telepathy over there at the left. He has hockey. He has the ability to use hockey, specifically, most notably armament hockey. This is Jinbei 4. He notably can like harden like large parts of his body, like almost all of his body, which is something that most people can't do. And he's able to block an attack from Big Mom, who is a Yonko, one of the emperors, an insanely powerful being. She might have been, I forget at
She was weakened
which
here.
arc this. Yeah, she was a little weakened here. She's skinnier, but still pretty crazy impressive. And he later is able to scale the characters like around her level in later arcs. This
Like
is
his
an arc from like 7 years ago. He's able to help Zoro fight awakened Rob Lucci as well. So pretty strong.
Rob Lucci is Big Mom level.
Awakened Rob Lucci is able to at least like take hits from Gear 5 Luffy. We can talk about how he scales.
Okay.
We can talk about Law a little bit later. Um,
We can talk
anyways,
about Law.
Jinbei is most known for his Fishman karate. Fishman karate is a martial arts style that is like designed for use in the water, but you can also use it on land. Where essentially you can create shockwaves through water. This can be water that is surrounding you, like if you're in the water. This can be water that is in the atmosphere around you. So he can literally punch you and hit you with shockwaves without even making like physical contact. Or he can punch you directly, and those shockwaves can travel through the water that's in your body. This is Jinbei 5, Sam. You bring that up. Yeah, so he's able to like damage Luffy despite his rubber sort of durability negation from like blunt force attacks. And even Nami points out, it's effective against rubber. So it does have like a little bit of like durability negation. It's able to hit you.
Nice
fuck
that
up
he
your internal
says that
organs.
out loud and explains it. The
Yeah,
exposition is so
yeah.
useful for you right now.
Yeah, and these sorts of attacks can affect significantly larger opponents. If you could bring up Jinbei 8,
Yep.
he's able to block an attack from Watatsumi, who is a giant, like I believe he's a pufferfish fishman. He's like absolutely huge. That's Jinbei kicking
It's
his
fist
fist.
to fist,
Could you bring
yeah.
up
Or
Jinbei
foot to
9,
fist.
Sam?
Yeah.
For the reaction. Yeah, he's like all fucked up. He's all sad and a crybaby. Watatsumi's a little bit of a crybaby. And then if you could bring up Jinbei 10, this is him using the Fishman karate shockwaves against Watatsumi. Yeah.
Oh,
You could see
jeez.
the like water bursting over the other side of him. He's actually bigger in this shot than he was before because he's a puffer fish, so he puffs up. So this is his big puffed up form. And those shockwaves can travel all throughout his gigantic ass body. So yeah, Fishman karate, very useful. We'll get into more abilities for it. I feel like I'm sort of monologuing. So I'll give Speedy a chance to hop in.
I love
You can keep going.
I love Fishman karate hidden technique triple exclamation mark yelling about your hidden technique out loud around like not very hidden technique, but sure.
How does ellipses to triple exclamation mark work?
Yo,
Like,
they're just
you
doing
say
their
the
thing in
line,
One
and then at the
Piece.
very end you scream it. Like,
Yeah.
It's like an like word ...
Yeah.
exclamation point. I don't understand that. If there's
How
no
do
It's
you-
word,
like-
how do you
and it's just sort of like
speak
a
that?
like that.
It's the cadence with which they trail off at the end of the word.
Oh, the like carry the voice kind of thing. That's what
Yeah.
they're going
So
for.
the
Yeah, that makes
exclamation
sense.
points are indicating that they're saying the word loudly.
Kind of thing. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, okay, we'll get into Kisame. I am seeing a lot of people in chat saying, "Oh, I'm not gonna buy the hat. It's not worth it," while they are sending us money for super chats. So I don't know where how that necessarily works. Well, thank you for the super chats. But hey, if you want that hat, now's the time to get it. All right. Let's talk about Kisame, member of the Akatsuki. What's he gonna bring to this? What's he gonna do?
Yeah. So sorry, I'm just a little bit So let it be known, by the way, that Liam said that he did not send any scans to Sam. So I didn't send any. I
No, no,
appear
no,
to
no,
have been
no. You
scammed.
said I didn't send any, and then I said, oh, I didn't send any either. Just kidding. I sent not that many, which I didn't. I sent
We've
10, which
already
is the
gone through
maximum amount you can
10.
send on Discord. I'm not
Mm,
egregious with my images.
mm-hmm. I
It's correcting
see.
the record. Yeah.
He's gonna hold this against me forever. I had to go through the entire fucking Sharknado series. I needed to show you guys, otherwise you wouldn't believe me.
468, page 9.
All right,
So I'm just scraping
let's-
together scans on the fly. I know everything about Kisame anyway.
I mean, we
So
don't necessarily need the
Yeah, we
scans
don't.
per
Just
se,
just tell us
but
about
okay.
Kisame.
yeah.
So he has a few main things. So one, obviously, he has all of the basic like ninja training. So like he can substitute, he can transform, he can turn invisible, he's like a master of stealth, master of various forms of hand-to-hand combat. Um, Different from a lot of like traditional shinobi, he specializes in swordsmanship. Like he's one of the 7 ninja swordsmen of the mist, and his blade Samehada is very remarkable. So it is a living sword made of shark skin and shark fangs that can absorb the chakra or the spirit energy of anything that it touches or that it bites or that like comes near it, which allows Kisame to absorb massive amounts of energy from his opponents in order to weaken them and bolster his own power. This is so impressive that he was able to drain almost all of the chakra of the Eight Tails Jinchuriki, Killer Bee. Gyuki, the Eight Tails inside Killer Bee, said that nearly all of his chakra was absorbed by Samehada during the fight with Kisame. And again, tailed beasts are gigantic creatures made of near limitless chakra who are capable of firing like gigantic like nuclear blasts from their mouth that can like eclipse like countries. And the Eight Tails, which is the second strongest, was almost like completely absorbed by Samehada over the course of like a chapter. So that's a big thing that he has is just the ability to drain his opponents. He also possesses a very powerful healing factor. I believe I sent a scan like of an example of this to Sam just now. Kisame 2. Can you pull that up? Hopefully.
While he's pulling it up, you can run us through it.
Yeah. So he gets like his like entire torso like blasted out by Killer Bee, and within like a couple panels, he just immediately is able to regenerate all of the flesh that was torn away. You can even see his ribs in like this upper panel here. So if Jinbei is able to inflict any damage on him, like take a bite out of him, anything like that, he's just going to be able to regenerate pretty quickly from that kind of damage. He is also befitting a mist ninja, a master of water style ninjutsu. It was said before that Kisame's like water does not have any kind of spiritual energy the way that Jinbei's would with his haki. That's not true. All water style ninjutsu is built around infusing water with your chakra and controlling it. He can create massive tidal waves enough to flood like entire like regions of desert. And notably, if you could pull up Kisame 1, Sam, he can create sharks out of water, similar to how Liam brought up that Jinbei can summon sharks. Kisame can summon gigantic, like armies of sharks with his water ninjutsu, and this specifically is stated to be 1,000 sharks that he summons, which is way more than Jinbei is able to summon.
But what
In his
kind of
instance.
sharks? Do we
I don't
know?
know. They're like man-eating sharks of some kind. You can see
Okay.
their size
Oh, they
comparison
are
in
actually
comparison to
quite large. If that's a person down
yeah.
there, okay.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
Guy down there, and you can also see Kisame up at the very top there, perched on one of them. So they're pretty
Wait,
big.
what the fuck? Why are they this huge? Massive sharks. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
So-
sharks are pretty big. Like
Yeah.
sharks are quite
I mean-
like great whites are fucking enormous.
Yeah, but
they
great
are like
whites
very big
are
animals.
explicitly the big shark. Like,
Yeah.
and they're not massive. You know, I don't know if they're this big.
They are
Yeah.
they are well whatever. They are
A
they're-
notable thing that Kisame is able to do as well is create clones. A lot of ninja can do this, but he specifically creates water clones, which are comparable to him in power. So like he can like basically like copy and paste himself a number of times in order to like essentially jump Jinbei with like a small army of himself. He is immensely physically strong. Like I said, he was able to like fight on par with Killer Bee. His 30% clone was also able to force Guy to use the sixth gate in order to combat him. And he is famous, or not famous, but he is reputed among the Akatsuki as the member of their group with the highest amount of chakra. So like things like stamina, like regeneration, survivability, the overall power of his attacks are like some of the highest in volume among the Akatsuki. There are lesser ninja with weaker chakra reserves that are able to fight for like days or weeks. And da, 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 thanks to his massive amount of chakra, he's able to completely overwhelm Jinchuriki and tailed beasts in combat. He defeated the four tails, yeah, the four tails Jinchuriki all by himself, and was stated to be comparable to a tailed beast himself, despite the fact that he is not a tailed beast. He's known as the tailed beast without a tail because of his power, and he is stated to be able to output Jinchuriki levels of energy.
Uh, I think the big thing that everybody is like gonna ask is, can the Samahata absorb hockey like chakra? Like that's like a piece of the puzzle,
It
right?
should be able to. It's able to absorb spiritual energy based on like willpower and the like. And
Yeah,
in
bring up that
fact,
image with that sword again, or
Yo yo yo.
yeah,
sword, quote unquote. It is.
yeah.
I
Oh,
forgot it
I
had a
actually
mouth.
completely I actually almost forgot to mention this. But one of the big things that Kisame can do as like his biggest trump card is he can fuse with Samehada. He can like absorb the sword into his body and gain all of its powers for himself on top of like a major power boost. So he becomes more shark-like, and he can absorb chakra and energy just by skin contact. So any attack from Jinbei that uses Haki that touches him, it's just going to be absorbed right into him. When he is in this state, he also likes to like flood the battlefield and create like bubbles of water to fight in because he is stronger underwater, kind of similar to Jinbei. And he can like drown his opponents and make them helpless. That's not going to be as useful here, obviously, because Jinbei is stronger underwater too. But if the fight does go underwater, they're both going to become much more powerful as a result of that. It's not going to be an unbalanced
Mm.
thing.
Jangwin with the super chat mentions chakra and hockey both make partial use of the soul in order to manifest. So the Samahata
Yes.
may be able to actually eat Jinbei's hockey.
Yeah.
But then King Campbell mentions with another super chat, Jinbei can literally shoulder throw that shark wave. So who
He
Yeah,
can
I mean that
shoulder
knows?
shark
throw
wave.
1,000
The shark
sharks at
wave would
once.
just he would just do this, and the shockwave would like blow the sharks away. Um,
Mm,
it's actually Jinbei can also make water sharks. They're not like I don't know. Are
Not
Kisame's like shark
nearly,
sharks?
not
Not nearly
nearly the
as
same
many.
number. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
also
I just thought it
another
was
thing,
funny that he can also make sharks.
another
He can
thing
use water and like create sharks.
Yeah. Another thing, those water sharks are also able to absorb chakra as well. That's the only reason why Guy was able to beat him because his like not evening elephant, no, yes, his evening elephant attack. No, that's the eighth gate one. It was the daytime
Get it
tiger.
right.
Daytime tiger.
The
Okay.
daytime tiger doesn't use any chakra. It's just pure like physical power. Um,
That's the whole
and
thing, right?
Yeah, Guy. Well, he uses chakra, but the daytime tiger is like it like creates like a blast of pure like concussive force. Um,
Yeah.
I was going to say something else. Oh yeah, so the sharks can also absorb any hockey attacks directed at it as well.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, so that's Kisame in a nutshell.
Well,
Why is he? I'm gonna get to the chakra absorption thing in just a second. Or Ben, did you want to jump in?
I was just thinking like Jinbei can summon whale sharks. Um, Kisame, it seems, can perhaps summon a fleet of great whites. Great whites are about 13 to 15 feet long. Whale sharks are like up to 30 feet long. So I think the whale sharks
Yeah, but
have
the
a
number
distinct
difference is
size
way bigger than
advantage.
that. The number difference
I
is way bigger.
I think the number difference is yes, but also those whale sharks are not even 30 feet long. They're like 100 feet. Like they're fucking huge. They're like house sized. They're like One Piece
They also
animals are
don't
like
have
gigantic.
They also don't have any feats. So like Kisame's sharks, which can like contend with high tier characters, are going to be like tearing them apart.
Mm.
Unless they look at
Um,
their happy little faces and go, "Oh, we can't do that."
why is
That
Kisame
little
a shark guy? I was gonna. we can go into the actual discussion
it-
of sword.
Yeah,
Why is he a freak?
Doesn't he merge with the sword at some point? Am I
he
misremembering
does.
that?
That's what I was talking about
Okay.
a second ago. He
Okay,
like
yeah,
merges with it
yeah,
to
yeah.
become
He
more shark-like.
becomes Shark Man.
As
Okay.
far as I know, it's never specifically stated why he looks like a shark. It might be like in a guidebook somewhere, but I think that the most likely
What?
explanation is what?
I thought it was because
His
of the
mom.
sword, but no, he gets the sword from somebody else. Yeah, never mind, never mind.
Well, yeah. So
This
I
is
think it's partially probably
his
because of
mom.
the sword. It's
Oh,
shown in other instances that like absorbing chakra from something can cause like mutations that cause you
yeah,
to resemble that thing
Hmm.
more closely. So the fact that he is constantly absorbing chakra through Samehada into himself
yeah.
probably has caused him to take on some traits that are similar to the sword.
It's that or Liam's theory. His mom fucked a shark.
It's
Yeah. Well,
possible.
I
Yeah,
didn't say that. I didn't say that.
that's what you were
I
thinking. We
just
know
I
that.
just I just implied, and
Yeah,
then I made this.
yeah.
Um, hand motion, which could be anything. Okay, so for the chakra absorption,
Yeah.
uh, the great thing about hockey, it's like Ki in Dragon Ball, and the way that it's utilized is like Ki in Dragon Ball, and this has been highlighted more so now, is that there is a degree of the nullification of Haxi abilities. So like there's one point where Law is turned into a woman by a devil fruit ability, and then he like he like hockey farts
Yeah.
and like wills himself back into a man. Um, and you bring up Samahata, which is a
Mhm.
sword that can absorb chakra.
Right.
I was reading this blog yesterday in preparation. It was really interesting,
Right.
and they reminded me of this sword from One Piece, which
Mhm.
absorbs
Who wrote that
hockey.
blog, Liam? Who
Uh,
wrote?
who did write that blog?
It was me.
It was you,
It was
and that
me.
blog so helpfully points out that the sword Enma, which Zoro uses, actually absorbs its user's hockey. And Zoro is able to use his hockey to resist that effect. So it's possible that Jinbei using his hockey could resist the
Right.
effect of Samahata absorbing it,
So,
and is actually explicitly brought up as a counter to Jinbei fighting
right.
Kisame. This would be uh, no, that's not that's not part that we
Okay.
didn't
So
touch
for
on. But
clarification,
they do bring it up. They talk about
I
it
have
at the
a few
Predator Path.
questions. I have a few questions for you, Mr. Swan. So for
Yeah.
clarification, the idea is that a powerful enough hockey is able to override certain kinds of abilities.
Yeah.
Right? Uh, do you think that
That's what you said.
yeah, it is what I said. Do you think that Jinbei's hockey is stronger than Luffy's?
No.
Okay, good. You have activated my trap card, Mr. Swan.
Mhm.
When did that blog come out?
That came out, a couple months ago. You're talking
Right.
about the feat with Emu that happened
And
yesterday?
as you have said, you have not been keeping up with Elbath. Have you read the
Yeah.
newest chapter, Mr. Swan?
No, does Emu do something?
Yeah, Sam, could you bring up energy that I just sent you?
Oh God, let me go get it. 1 second.
What what is this? What is this trap card? What's happening?
It's also just named image, so I have to rename it. Love that. Let me go over here. Hold on.
Replace all your images. All right,
Energy.
here it
Control
comes.
F.
You won't be able to move. I stabbed you with a sword that absorbs life energy. I wonder how many stabs it will take to kill you, Monkey D. Luffy. What a hateful name. And Luffy is sitting here on the ground dying because Emu stabbed him with this sword that absorbs life energy, much like a certain Samehada. So, given that Jinbei's hockey is significantly weaker than Luffy's, and Luffy's hockey is not strong enough to overcome this axe ability, wouldn't you agree that it would be rather wrong to suppose that hockey would be able to overcome absorption in this case?
I would agree, if not for the fact that the argument
Mm.
works in reverse against Kisame. Would you
Does it now?
suppose that Kisame is stronger than Emu?
It doesn't matter. Just needs to be stronger than Jinbei.
Correct. Hockey is based on power level,
Do you
so he just needs
wanna
to
do
be
you wanna
stronger
talk
than.
about AP?
We can talk about AP as well.
Let's talk about AP. So, do you want to start or should I?
You should start. Let's have you
All
start.
right. So, as I mentioned before, Kisame is stated to be the tailed beast without a tail, capable of outputting level of like power on par with a Jinchuriki. tailed beast bombs are able to like encompass entire mountain ranges and create giant shockwaves of air that span across entire great nations in the fourth Great Shinobi War. This has been calculated upwards of like 400 petatons of TNT as a baseline for what even the weakest tailed beasts are capable of. Kisame was able to fight on par with not Kisame. Killer Bee and Gyuki, who are the second most powerful Jinchuriki after Naruto. The Eight Tails, Gyuki, is able to withstand the force of a Jubi blast from point blank range from the Ten Tails. We've talked about how powerful the Ten Tails before. This is getting up into like the moon to planet level range, which is also corroborated by a feat from the last Naruto the movie, where Kisame, not Kisame, I keep saying Kisame, Killer Bee, the individual whom Kisame is scaling to, helps to power a chakra cannon used by the Cloud Village to obliterate a massive amount of meteors, which are formed from chunks of the moon that are falling down toward the planet. And the blasts that this chakra cannon creates are comparable in size to the planet itself. If you factor in the number of people that were involved in charging and the amount of time it took them to do so, this is still getting into that like moon to planet level range for the chakra cannon's output per individual. So Killer Bee would be comparable to that, and Kisame was like completely mopping the floor with him for a while during their fight. So that's what we're kind of looking at. Continent, like multi-continent level, roughly as like a baseline for tailed beast bombs, and then Kisame being like one of the stronger members of the Akatsuki, comparable to stronger tailed beasts, is getting more up into that like 8 tails level Killer Bee scaling. So how strong is Jinbei? You want to talk about law now?
Yeah, I was reading that blog that you wrote. You wrote it, yeah?
I did in January.
Just want to clarify.
6 months ago.
In January. Okay, okay. And the blog, and maybe you can explain the logic for me. The
Right.
blog scales Jinbei to Law. And now Law, Trafalgar Law, is another member of the Shichibukai, the Warlords. And he does this crazy big powerful attack called Puncture Wheel? Vile? I don't know. how to pronounce
Willie,
it.
I think. Or will I?
It's no way it's Puncture Willie. There's no way.
I've always assumed it's Willie because it was funny.
Puncture Willie. Wow.
Yeah.
Please no.
And
Yeah.
yes, and it's able to carve up a huge, like it basically punctures her and goes like all the way into the earth and is able to carve up like a shitload of earth. And the speed at which it does and the mass of the earth that's torn up. And this is comparing it to Onigashima, and also keeping in mind that One Piece Earth is gigantic. The calc that you made or used in your log that you wrote had a range of about 6.2 to is this 200 yotatons? This is what I'm reading off. 200 yotatons seems extreme.
No,
That's
you're
like
reading wrong. You're reading wrong.
Large planet
It's
level.
19 exotons to 6.2 yotatons.
6.2. Well, I am looking at it and it does say 200 yotatons, but I did look at the calc itself and it does end at about 19 yotatons. So
the blog says 19 exotons to 6.2 yotatons.
Okay. I am
also
looking at
200 on the
It's
calc
okay.
Jesus.
I am looking at 200, but it's okay. I think that 19 is probably more accurate because 200 is like large planet level.
Okay,
But yeah,
is more accurate.
that would be in excess of whatever you just mentioned for.
It's not though. You said you were reading the blog, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Search up chakra cannon.
Actually, I don't have to. Jinbei 11, Sam.
Okay. Let's go back.
Okay.
Oh, this is one you just sent again a second ago. 1 second. Let me pull it over.
Yeah.
Yep.
I wasn't going to use
Also
it.
just
and
called
then
image.jpg.
Yeah.
No, this is Jinbei 11.
So this is talking about a direct comparison between Jinbei and Kisame. That's Speedy. You wrote this blog? I'm just
6 months ago.
I
In
have a
January.
bad memory. In January. Where you explicitly say that Jinbei is stronger on average. Now, obviously, you know, the blog, what I love about this blog, and I'm bringing this up as a debate tactic, but also I think that it is a wonderful blog and is very useful. It brings up a range of different calcs. So there are ways to like calculate one lower or higher than the other, but on average, the conclusion was generally speaking that the warlords, this is comparing the Espada, the warlords, and the Akatsuki, generally put the warlords as more powerful than the Akatsuki. On average. And the speed calc, which I do want you to go into.
Yeah. So the argument in the blog
And has
was
Jinbei
that
winning right there.
yeah, it does. I wrote this 6 months ago. I have changed my mind since then. So the argument
Not
that the blog
updated
went
it.
with, huh?
But not updated the blog.
But not updated. I didn't update it. So the general argument that the blog went with was that the majority of the Akatsuki are on average weaker than the majority of the warlords. Obviously, you have like Buggy, who's like weak, like super weak. And then Orochimaru, who is around during the Boruto era, is stronger than all of the warlords. Only Orochimaru, because he is the only one that would scale to the chakra cannon that I brought up just now, the moon cannon. That was put at, I believe it was like 140 Yodotons or something, much higher than the 19 that you were just talking about. So the general argument was that the warlords beat the majority of the Akatsuki on average, and then Orochimaru is the only one stronger than them. But at that point, it would be one individual against an entire group, and he doesn't have a lot of the more dangerous abilities on the Akatsuki side, which is why the warlords were overall rated higher. Now, the reason why the blog did not scale the rest of the Akatsuki to the moon cannon is because the stance was that that happens in the last, which is after the end of the series. So it's possible that all of these random cloud shinobi that are charging this chakra cannon could have gotten stronger, and therefore people like the Akatsuki who died well beforehand would not scale to that later point in the timeline. Right? That makes sense? Following me so far?
I'm
Yeah.
sure.
So the reason why this is outdated and I have changed my mind is because in the time since then, I have made an effort to read a bunch of the Naruto novels that take place during the Boruto era. This is something that I assigned to other people on the blog other than myself to take care of. I didn't look at them during the blog, which I probably should have. I should not have delegated because in the Konoha Hiden
Throwing
novel,
people under the bus. All right.
Wow. Okay.
I'm not calling anyone out by name. In the Konoha Hiden novel, which takes place during the Boruto era, Hinata is stated to have not trained at all in the time since the war. So she has gotten significantly weaker than she was during Shippuden. But despite that, she is still able to fight and defeat Hanabi, who by this point has been continuously training and is an elite Jonin of the Leaf, and thus is far superior to these random cloud nobodies that were powering this chakra cannon. So that completely flips the script on its head and showcases that in fact, the average shinobi in the Boruto era is not actually stronger than top tier shinobi from the Naruto Shippuden era. So, with that in mind, it's reasonable to say that like S class members of the Akatsuki are going to be much stronger than these random cloud nobodies. So, with that in mind, the AP comparison flips back over, and Kisame would have the advantage over Jinbei.
Okay. I don't entirely follow all of that. It sounds like a
Basically,
reasonable scaling chain.
yeah, a top tier from Shippuden got weaker by the time of the Boruto era, and then was still stronger than like a high tier ninja in the Boruto era. So they would scale to like average shinobi in that time period.
We're really in the muck and the mire of scaling right now.
Yeah. Kisame, middle of part 2, is planet level. Roughly
Not
speaking.
more,
like
got
it's like
weaker,
fragments
like
of the
she's
moon.
less skilled.
She
or
didn't
she's
train.
She's gotten weaker because she hasn't trained and has been like a housewife since then.
I'll say this.
Sure,
I'll say
but
this.
she's
to
also
people,
got the like whatever the fuck the blood is in the eyes.
It's
and stuff.
higher
like, is it
than
really
the
like
it's higher than the lockout.
Trad
is what
wife
I'm saying.
scalers are
Right.
furious with Speedy right now.
I'll say this. I'll say this. If people listening to this that have read Naruto believe that like Kisame, like middle of part 2, is planet level, then
I didn't say planet level.
I have nothing to
moon to planet level, which is higher than the different
moon to
versions of the
planet
lockout.
level.
You're also
I think
arguing
that's
that Jinbei is
egregious.
Yonko level and also planet level. So don't
think
be
he's-
arguing. Don't be arguing from incredulity with me. You just said Jinbei is 19 Yodotons. That is also planet level. Has an average One Piece fan read One Piece and thought, this fish guy could probably blow up the planet.
I mean, there are like One Piece is sort of getting to that point where like
Jinbei is planet level. That's what you're saying?
shaking the I'm just saying what I think is that on average, Kisame is a character that dies like sort of in the middle of Naruto. Jinbei is a character that's still relevant going into the end game of One Piece. I think, reasonably speaking, Jinbei is more powerful if you take into consideration like all of their feats. I think you can make chain scaling to kind of get anywhere you want to.
If you remove the
hang on, let
planet
Liam
level,
finish. Let Liam finish.
Yeah. Gotcha.
I think on average, I think you would put Jinbei as stronger just because he's been relevant longer later into the series when you are getting a lot of attacks that are really powerful like this, like Law's attack.
These are
Kisame.
these are two different series though. So like him being relevant later doesn't necessarily matter in terms of how he would compare to Naruto. Why don't we throw out? So I think we can agree that the high end planet level stuff, which is like we're arguing very like this is the maximum interpretation, right? We agree with that. That this is like
Yeah.
yeah. If we throw out both of those, what other feats other than laws does Jinbei scale to on an average that would beat out the multi-continental tailed beast bomb stuff?
I prepped for the high end stuff. I can look
So
through the research
you
that I
don't
have.
have any support for it being on average to be
I
stronger.
third degree earlier said Speedy can match Liam's actually sass, and I love it. Also, the gotcha journalism apparently as well is coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think either of them are planet level, for the record. I'm saying that if you look at the high end, Kisame would have higher arguments, and then the like tailed beast bomb petaton stuff, which is like the actual like safe, like reasonable end, is going to be higher than what you're going to be able to argue for like an average Jinbei scaling argument. Like for example, Fujitor's meteors are like large country level, like triple digit teratons, that's going to be lower than petatons. Like tailed beast level characters in Naruto are going to be on average stronger than even like Admiral level One Piece, which is
Okay.
where Jinbei is at most sitting because he was weaker than Akainu.
DNA Polonase has a good question. The limit of chakra is determined by the alien that brought the tree seed. What's the limit of hockey?
We don't know.
Yeah,
That's a good question.
loaded
It
question.
might be answered soon. There isn't really like a limit, quote unquote. We're gonna get like a big lore dump soon. But I think the lore dump is more about devil fruit than it is about hockey. But maybe it has something to do with hockey. We don't know. There isn't like
Where does hockey come from?
it's a spirit. It's
Like,
your
it's not like
vibes.
it's an alien. Well, it's not the same thing as what's her face
No,
showing
no.
up to Earth and being like, "I'm going to give everybody chakra."
No. It's just key. It's just key.
There's no origin
just
to that degree. Okay.
Also, that the whole Kaguya thing got kind of retconned as well in Boruto. So she didn't actually introduce chakra. She went to the planet to try and absorb the planet's chakra. It was a whole thing. It was already there.
Fiery Piranha, what the fuck? The fuck are you talking about? Okay. All right. So that was a lot of theoretical numbers.
Yeah, a lot of theoretical
but at the
numbers.
end of
Let's
the
bring it
day,
back to
Kisame gets killed by a couple sharks.
He
That's how he
had his
dies,
chakra
right?
he had his chakra suppressed at the time by Yamato's wood release. So he was like a normal person when he was killed by a couple sharks, and he also killed himself. He was like
Sounds like a
willingly.
skill issue to me. But but okay.
At the end of the day, I think we can argue a whole lot of different like number ranges. But a big thing that is always going to be true is that Kisame has like most not abilities, advantages outside of stats. So like the ability to absorb haki, the ability to clone himself, to like heal. You talked earlier about Jinbei being pierced by a Kainu. He survived that barely, but he didn't like regen from it because he doesn't have that same kind of regeneration. Whereas Kisame can regenerate from like his entire torso being burned away. They're both stronger underwater. Once Kisame fuses with Samehada, he's going to be able to absorb haki through skin contact. So Jinbei's punches are going to like just power him up, as well as like other haki utilization. Kisame was trained since he was a young child, like he was a child soldier for the Mist, whereas Jinbei didn't become a member of the Fishman like Revolutionary Army until he was like an adult, more or less. So he's going to have more experience and training. Sword beats fist, generally speaking. So outside of these stat comparisons, which you can argue either way, I'm going to say Kisame is stronger. You're going to say Jinbei is stronger. But outside of that, there's more groundwork to say that Kisame has the advantage.
Sword beats fist doesn't necessarily work with One Piece when they can literally make their fists like metal or whatever.
Well, no, they can't because if the sword clashes with the fist, the sword will absorb the haki that's making the fist metal.
I think that Kisame is more varied than Jinbei, but Jinbei resists or counters like everything that he has. So
Like
he
what?
resists the chakra absorption with his own haki resistance. He doesn't
Luffy
need
Luffy couldn't.
he doesn't need to again, it's based on strength, right? Okay.
Right. But
So
you would need to prove definitively that Jinbei is much stronger than Kisame for that to work. We see from Luffy that he is not currently able to resist absorption because his hockey isn't strong enough. Jinbei's is also not strong enough.
because Imu is tons stronger. Anyways, let me
Mhm.
keep going. You mentioned that absorbing hockey through physical contact. He doesn't need to fight with physical contact. He can. The whole point of Fishman Karate is that he can utilize water like as a conduit
Mhm.
for the shockwaves in his attacks. Kisame is a shark. His body is full of fucking water. He's fighting in
Yeah.
water, or he brings out water to make himself stronger. He's just giving Jinbei an entire arena with which to fight. What
But
was the
he
other one you
also
said? Oh,
manipulates
he
water
can
with
use
his water style
observation
moves.
hockey to sense people's presence, right? So
Mhm.
using the chakra clones is not going to be using ninja stuff like that is not going to be a way to escape or evade Jinbei. And furthermore, you brought up experience. Jinbei is one of the most skilled martial artists in the
Mhm.
entire One Piece verse, right? He is
Mhm.
known for being this master martial artist, more so
Right.
than Kisame is relative to other Akatsuki members. So he might have
He's one of the
started
7 ninjas
younger, but
working at a
Hey,
Jinbei
hang
is
on, let him
like,
finish. Let him talk.
Jesus Christ. What was I even saying? Obviously Jinbei, master
Started
martial
younger.
artist.
Yeah.
What? I stop talking.
I was
Um,
reminding you what you were saying.
Speedy.
I can't.
Let him talk.
Okay.
My
I do
God.
feel like you have kind of done a bulldozing argument here, so
It's
we
okay.
are
It's
at
okay.
the end here. So let Liam
I
talk.
bulldoze as well. I bulldoze as well. Um, Jinbei, martial arts.
Um,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Despite being younger, uh, right. The experience that Jinbei has, and the martial arts training that he has, I think more than like evens it out. I don't think he
Mhm.
trained as a kid matters. Yeah. I think I'm.
as we're wrapping up
Not
here,
trained
a
as
couple
well.
people in chat are also mentioning Liam bringing up speed, or Liam, if you could bring up speed, if you have anything for that. For Jinbei.
Oh, I wanted you to talk about the whack ass Kisame speed calc.
Oh yeah. I didn't want to bring this up because I knew people would think it was stupid. uh,
It is stupid, but it's funny, and it doesn't really
yeah.
matter because the Doflamingo calc is roughly comparable, which you also say in that screenshot that I took. So it's not a necessary argument, but do you want to talk
Um,
about it because it's
yeah, I
funny?
can talk
I think
about
it's
it.
funny.
It's funny. This is not like a serious like oh this is why he wins or kind of thing. It's just a
Mm,
funny calc that people have done. So I mentioned earlier that Kisame's water style ninjutsu is able to like flood like an entire desert area like all the way to the horizon. So there's a calculation that some individuals in the community I didn't do it. Some individuals have done where basically the way that he does this is he's like holding a sword and they're standing in the desert. He throws his sword up into the air and it's like spinning above him. He does the hand signs and then like his mouth fills with water and then he vomits but like water down beneath himself, which then spreads out and floods the entire like area to the horizon. And then once the area is fully like engulfed in water for like kilometers around, he catches the sword as it comes down. So the way that people have calculated this is they have calculated the amount of time it would take for the sword to fall and the size of Kisame's mouth to figure out how much water he can spit out at any given like instant to determine how fast he would have to be spitting this water in order to flood such a large area within a few seconds. And it comes out to something like 500 to like 2,000 times like faster than light. It is really stupid, and I agree that it is stupid, which is why I didn't bring it up. But it's funny.
I wanted us to talk about it because I think it's also
Yeah,
funny.
That's
And for
super
what it's
funny,
worth,
yeah.
Doflamingo has the thing where he cuts
yeah.
meteors that are summoned from the asteroid belt. Like
Both
similar,
series
comparable.
have feats where like gigantic meteors are pulled down that are like so large they could only have come from like an asteroid belt. And if you
Yeah.
compare the speed of other characters reacting to them, like Inoki reacting to Madara's meteors versus Doflamingo cutting Fujitora's, it would roughly like even out in terms of speed. Both also have like light speed statements super early on in their series.
I do think it's funny that I was like,
Yeah.
Liam, talk about Jinbei's speed. Maybe this can help you out. And you're like, nah, I'm just gonna give it to Speedy so that he can do some ridiculous calc for
I mean,
Yeah, I mean the answer is it
somewhere.
evens out. So it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
calculating
Alright.
like water vomit speed is pretty funny. So like,
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
I will give
yeah.
it this. It's very creative, and I appreciate it for that. It's not
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
oh, this guy blocked a laser beam. It's like
Alright.
it's like actually really looking at the mechanics of something and how it would work. Which is
We are at
it's
the
pretty
end
funny.
here, so go ahead and get your votes in the poll. We got some super chats. Lily mentioning Liam Jinbei scales above NL who got moon feats. And
No, he
Jordan
doesn't.
mentioning with the
I know.
fun. But Liam Wano is portrayed like a kabuki play. Therefore, nothing in it is real since they're all actors. Actors. Wink.
Oh, they're doing the Mario 3 argument?
It's the Mario. Yeah.
It's the Fall Guys
Um,
argument, Liam. Remember that?
Oh,
uh, and again, talking about like Jinbei should scale above it
no,
now.
I don't remember
Lily's really trying to help you out with with scaling. Also has a super chat saying Jinbei reasonably scales to Sanji, who kicked Kizaru's laser into nothing. One Piece is a bit more ridiculous, and I think that a lot of that is going to come down to everybody's interpretation of how ridiculous this gets. I've saw a few people in chat mentioning that like the chocolate hockey thing seems like it may not even really play out or come in be such major factors, and this is really a war of attrition. So let us know who you think wins that war of attrition by casting your vote. We will wrap it up in just a second, but I'm not sure. What are you thinking, Sam?
I think if the sword can absorb hockey, that's done and closed up. I think Liam's argument for being able to resist that absorption makes some sense. And so like you'd really have to figure out why Zoro was able to do that. Was it just because he had like Zoro is, I would think, more than any other character in One Piece, the willpower guy, right? So it kind of makes sense.
his hockey's not greater than Luffy's.
It also, I will say, the absorption from Enma did actually absorb Zoro's hockey into it, and it like emaciated his arm. And he had to reabsorb, like force the hockey back into himself in order to resist it. So it's not like he was immune to being drained in the first place. So like if Kisame is going to be like sucking out his hockey with like sword swings or like individual blows, that physical contact is not going to remain for Jinbei to, even assuming that he could, for Jinbei to suck it back in the same way.
I mean, he wasn't aware of it at first, right? Like Zoro had to be told, like, understand
was-
what's
he was
going on.
warned
Once
beforehand.
Jinbei is like going on, then he could just like he could prevent it from happening as he's making contact with him.
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning a little Kisame, but I do think if there's no absorption happening, then Jinbei, I understand that.
I'm also leaning towards Kisame,
Like-
but it does come down to one item.
Yeah, it's
right?
it's one of those
thing.
fights where it's like,
Well,
that's
this is the
removed in some
puzzle piece
way.
that
Yeah,
needs to
and
be figured out.
Yeah.
Kisame at his best is when he absorbs Samehada into himself, and it gives him the absorption like physically with his own skin.
Yeah,
contact
yeah.
and such.
That's right. I forgot you can do that. You mentioned that.
So I do think it boils down to that piece of the puzzle, though. Like, how does the hockey absorption actually work and get affected?
Yeah, how does it affect him? Interesting. Okay, this is a very interesting pairing for sure. I'm gonna wrap up the poll in 3, 2, 1, and with 62% of the vote, Jinbei takes it. What? I was
surprising.
expecting that.
I also think
Really? Okay.
One Piece clearly has so much more, and Jinbei is still relevant and will probably continue
Sure.
to grow exponentially.
I mean,
Yeah,
that was
also,
basically
like-
a lot of Liam's argument.
Yeah,
Just Jinbei's
like-
still
Everyone-
around.
Everyone
mean-
just likes Jinbei. Also,
Yeah.
no one
Yeah,
wants Jinbei to
hard
lose.
to vote
Kisame is like a
against Jinbei.
Kisame is like a crazy guy.
Who's gonna look at Fishman Karate and be like, "No, thank you"? Like, yeah, it's ridiculous. It's yeah.
I will take the 2 votes from Yuzu as consolation.
Okay, yeah, there you go. Well, good try, Speedy.
Honestly,
that was,
I'm impressed that it was that close. I was like, there's no way people are going to vote against Jinbei.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like a really close, really interesting matchup with a very interesting sort of like question in how they would actually interact. Which
I agree that
is,
it's probably
you
like the
the mark of a
closest
great death battle.
like matchup, or whatever the blog said about like this being like roughly the kind of closest matchup that you could do between like an Akatsuki member and a warlord, something like that. Yeah, it was cool.
Arkham Kisame is a villain, so of course he loses the votes. Is that all it takes? All right. Well, wait, Jack saying, shoot, I meant top vote for Speedy. My bad. Did all of you vote the wrong one because he thought it was
Yo,
flipped?
let's run it back real quick.
All right. Well, we got to jump over to Champion Cast here. But thank you all so much for joining us again. the hat on the store is closing down today. So if you haven't picked one up, go grab it. But if you think the Chijim's hat is terrifying and you don't want to touch it or don't want to be anywhere near it, there's also a cool vinyl album that is up now that you can pre-order.
Also,
with some tracks from
product
the
testing
era.
big water bottles. So maybe you'll see those soon too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Honestly, like we have been experimenting with different things in the store, different types of merch items and things like that. If there's anything that you like want to see on the Death Battle store that you think would be cool to have like the Death Battle logo on or something like that, let us know. And we'd love to try out a bunch of stuff. So all right. Thank you, Liam and Speedy. Great job on that very interesting back and forth. And if you are a member, you'll be automatically moved over to Champion Cast in just a bit. Thank you all so much. We will see you at Ballot Banter and Fireside Chat tomorrow, maybe.
Yep.
See you then.
Bye.